Welcome. In front of me is a Motorola Edge 20, and today I'll show you how to go through the setup process of this device. So when you turn it on for the first time, you'll be presented with this screen right over here. So to get started, simply choose your language and then tap on Start, which will bring you to the next page, which is inserting a SIM card. Now this step is completely optional and you don't actually have to do it. You can simply skip it if you don't want to do it right now, which will bring you to the next page, which is Wi-Fi connection. Again, optional step, you can skip it or you can connect to Wi-Fi. It's completely up to you. Now by skipping it, you will lose the ability to log into your Google account and date and time won't be set automatically. Then we have privacy and software update. So we have a couple toggles which you can agree or disagree to, depending if you want it or not. So we have some smart update, automatically downloads and install security updates and bug fixes over Wi-Fi. We have enhanced developer support and help improve Motorola support products, which no thanks, you're not going to be spying on me. And let's go to the next page, which brings me to Google services. So again, I will have more I guess spyware here. I have location, scanning and sending user and diagnostic data. Now just to quickly go over those, we have location, which helps application like Google Maps give you a accurate route to your destination if you choose it as a GPS navigation. Without this, I believe GPS is turned off, meaning when you're trying to use maps, it won't actually know where you're located on the map, so that's, you will need to turn it on to actually use it as a navigation. Then we have automatic or allow scanning, which basically allows the device to scan for different signals like Wi-Fi, Bluetooth and so on. And then below that we have send user and diagnostic data, which basically gathers data on how you use the device and then sends it to Google. Now I most certainly do not want that. Now to be honest, probably disabling this doesn't really change much. Just your data is probably being gathered without your knowledge anyway, so go to the next page, which brings us to the screen protection or phone protection, and by default it opts into a PIN, but if you want to use something else you can select right here and choose between also a pattern or password. Now I'll go with pattern right here, so all I need to do is draw the pattern, click on next, repeat it and confirm it, and this will set it up. Now it also goes straight to the fingerprint, which is this sensor right on the side, the power button as well. But I don't really want to add it right now, so I'll skip it. Now if you want to add your fingerprint, you are free to do so. Just select next right there and start tapping on the sensor. Stay in the know. No, I'm not exactly sure what that is. I agree to receive push notifications, and yeah, most certainly I don't want any push notifications from Motorola, so no thanks. And not now. Wait, there is more. Trash. Fix the sentence there. Yeah, I don't really want to provide my email address to Motorola. It's completely up to you. They will be spamming you with all kinds of deals and just utter garbage probably, along with also distributing your email address too, so they can make money on you, which I personally do not want that at all. So not now. Again, not now. Once should be enough for you to understand that I don't want to do it. Which brings us to the next page, which is the navigation. Now it automatically goes into the gesture navigation, which is really nice. So when you tap on get started, it automatically gives you a guide on how to use it, which again, really nice. Not every device does that. So obviously if you use gesture navigation, there is not much for you to learn here, so just start spamming next. But if you never use them, basically the general usage of it is, so you swipe up quickly to go home, you swipe up and hold to go to recent, and you swipe from either side to go back, which, because I want to go to the main home screen. There we go. So that is basically the home, recent, and then back gesture. No, it is working a little bit worse right here for me. That's because I have the super thick protective glass right here, which I probably would need to enable glove mode for it to work properly. But if you're not using any kind of screen protection, at least not like this one, tempered glass, then it should be just fine. Additionally, if you never use gesture navigation, I will recommend you to, when you're trying to go home or into recent, the swipe up, start the swipe on the bezel up onto the screen. Don't do it on the screen up. That will result in you just kind of getting your application tray. But anyway, this would conclude the setup of this device, and if you found this very helpful, don't forget to hit like, subscribe, and thanks for watching.